She thought she was joining a self-help program. Instead, she became trapped in one of America's most dangerous cults, and it took years to escape. Between 2000 and 2018, thousands of people paid thousands of dollars to join NXIVM, a self-help organization that promised success, enlightenment, and personal transformation. On the surface, it looked legitimate. Celebrities attended, wealthy entrepreneurs enrolled. But behind closed doors, founder Keith Raniere operated a sophisticated system of manipulation, abuse, and control that kept members imprisoned by fear and shame. This is the shocking true story of how a charismatic narcissist built a criminal empire disguised as a wellness company, and how brave whistleblowers finally brought it down. NXIVM started innocently enough. Keith Raniere, a self-proclaimed genius with an IQ supposedly higher than Einstein's, launched executive success programs in the 1990s. The pitch was simple: attend seminars, learn business techniques, transform your life. The organization targeted ambitious professionals, entrepreneurs, actresses, women executives, people desperate for advancement and meaning. Raniere created a hierarchy system where members progressed through colored belts, mimicking martial arts, making people feel like they were achieving something tangible. Each level required more money, more commitment, more isolation from friends and family. The organization used psychological techniques learned from Scientology and other high-control groups, love-bombing new recruits, creating an yes versus them mentality, and establishing dependency on leadership. Members were encouraged to cut ties with skeptical loved ones. Testimonies from former members reveal how manipulative the initial phases were. Women were particularly targeted, as Raniere harbored disturbing obsessions with controlling female sexuality. What appeared as professional development courses were actually sophisticated indoctrination machinery. The recruitment phase was masterfully designed to seem legitimate while subtly extracting money, time, and psychological autonomy from vulnerable people seeking direction in their lives. As NXIVM grew, Raniere created a secret subgroup called DOS, supposedly meaning Dominus Obsequious Sororium, or Master over the Slaves of Obedience. This wasn't wellness anymore. It was a criminal pyramid of sexual exploitation. Trusted female members were recruited into DOS under false pretenses. They were told they were joining an exclusive women's empowerment group. Instead, they were coerced into becoming sex slaves for Raniere and his inner circle. The control mechanism was diabolical. Each woman had to provide collateral, deeply embarrassing secrets, explicit photos, or damaging information about family members. This collateral was weaponized. If anyone tried to leave or speak out, their secrets would be released. Women in DOS were branded with Raniere's initials using a cauterizing pen, a permanent mark of ownership. Victims reported being starved, forced into sexual acts, and psychologically tortured. Raniere convinced his followers he was enlightened, that he possessed special knowledge unavailable to ordinary humans. Members who questioned him faced public humiliation and expulsion. The organization maintained control through calculated gaslighting. Victims were told abuse was for their own spiritual growth. Former members describe a manufactured reality where Raniere's word was absolute truth, and questioning him meant exile from the only community they knew. For years, NXIVM operated in shadows despite warning signs. Raniere had paid off authorities in Mexico, where the organization expanded. Victims were too terrified to come forward. Their collateral hung over their heads like a sword. The breakthrough came from unlikely heroes, former members with conscience, and a New York Times journalist willing to investigate. In 2017, the paper published a damning expose detailing sexual abuse within DOS. Suddenly, the organization's facade cracked. More victims found courage to speak. Federal agents raided NXIVM facilities, seizing computers and evidence. In 2020, after a dramatic trial, Keith Raniere was convicted of racketeering, sexual trafficking, and wire fraud. He received 120 years in prison. His inner circle faced criminal charges. Victims finally had a platform to tell their stories without fear of retaliation. The collateral threat dissolved with Raniere behind bars. What emerged was a masterclass in cult psychology, how a single charismatic individual can manipulate thousands through exploitation of fundamental human needs. belonging, purpose, self-improvement.